mistakes upon mistakes upon mistakes. We are not learning. We are not learning. Manchester United today had a problem. And come closer, let me tell you what that problem is. It's making the same mistakes and waiting for Ruben Amorim to be the one to change it. You guys are the ones playing on the pitch. You understand and you have the ability to go in and change those mistakes. You have the ability to do that. And that's why you have captains on the pitch. I'm livid because we had an opportunity to win this game. And I'm not even talking about the idea of Bruno skying a penalty, which is totally unlike him. Totally unlike him. But I'm talking about how we allowed Fulham to grow into the game. We allowed Fulham to just continuously get better and get better. That when we scored our goal, Fulham was like, nah, bro, this game is not over. And they came back to score again. And the thing about that situation is that when you look at what happened in the two situations before the cross came in for the goal, Karte made a mistake and just did not control the ball well. Dalo tried to do a freaking situation where you could have just tapped it to the guy in front of you and cleared your lines. Those little mistakes are what is costing us. Against Arsenal, Bruno did the same thing where he passed the ball to Leny Yoro. And then that caused the corner kick, and guess what? They scored from the corner kick. That is the problem with Manchester United. We are making the same mistakes and we are not solving it on the pitch. We are not smart enough to figure it out and solve it. We have to then look at the manager to be like, what should we do? No! He has given you all the tools for you guys to go play the game of football. Now go play the game of goddamn football. Why we let them have control of the game after scoring, after going 1-0 up, is baffling to me. We did not let Arsenal with the ball. Why are we letting Fulham with the ball? The question was always, especially last season, we played well against the top 6 sides. We played well against the top six sides. But then when we came to playing against Fulham, Brighton, we all of a sudden capitulated and literally shat our pants. Guess what? Against Arsenal, I told everyone we need to wait and see what they do against Fulham. That will tell us if we have improved. And yes, we have. We have. But not in leaps and bounds that I thought we did. And that is baffling to me. But without further ado, let's get this party started because we have a whole slew of things to talk about. First things first, we need to talk about what in the world was Bruno thinking. Every single person, I understand, is liable to miss a penalty. But when you go away from your technique, when you go away from what you usually do, from the routine that you usually do, yes, I understand that Kavanagh bumped you. But that's why you had the opportunity to reset, calm yourself, calm your nerves, and then play it the way you play it. The technique of what Bruno did, he leaned away from the ball. He was leaning back. What kind of Fat Joe stuff are you trying to do there? Or is it Remy Ma you trying to copy? Bro, you stay above the ball. Keep the ball in between your knees and the ground, and then you finish. You finish your dinner. We need to stop letting chances like this go by. This is a chance that we would have jumped up the table with 3 points. It's a chance that we would have jumped up the table with 3 points. It was crystal clear that we needed some things to do, and why can't we just do it right? And then you look at the opportunities that we got. Mason Mount played really well, created the penalty for us. Cunha played well. Bruno Fernandes was a little bit missing in the game, but he played well still. He kept on running till the 90th minute. But one thing that I've noticed is that we are forcing the ball on the right-hand side to Ahmad and Bruno Fernandes. We completely forgot that we have Patrick Dogu and Matheus Cunha. If it's not working on the right-hand side, you come back to the left. And another thing that we did not do very well this game was we did not switch the ball. We did not switch the ball. We did it against Arsenal. We switched the ball so effectively that we bypassed whatever press that they had. Talking about press, we did not even build from the back. We tried to break it long. Last week, we had the most long passes in the whole Premier League. And I understand that because it was effective, because they had a high press that was truly devastating, and it was Arsenal. It was working. But today, us trying to bypass the first press that was literally laying off, was not what we were meant to do. We were meant to control this game. Control the game. And the thing that is also irritating me about this fact is that Kobbie Mainoo is sitting on the bench. We need control of the game. Who better than somebody that knows how to control the game, control the pace of the game? Who better? Ruben Amorim said, Kobbie Mainoo, we have big plans for him. Sir, against Fulham, if he's not willing, if he's not able to play in your system against Fulham to control the ball, what are we doing then? What in the world are we doing? Let me give you an example. Paris Saint-Germain, the world champions of Europe right now, they do not play with a significant DM. They don't. Because Vitinha is not a DM. He's more of a center midfield player, or at most a box-to-box. João Neves is not a straight-up CDM player. Fabian Ruiz is not a straight-up CDM player. But guess what? They float. They are positionless. They understand that if they have the ball, they don't need somebody to get the ball back. You get what I'm saying? So when we control the ball, if we have Kobbie Mainoo to control the ball, because you have already tried it. You tried it today. You tried it today. You put in Mason Mount in the double pivot with Bruno Fernandes. And there was nothing that broke us in that situation. But then of course, you made the mistake of bringing on Ugarte in a game that we were losing control, when you know facts that Ugarte is not going to give you control. That is my problem. That right there is my problem, because Kobbie Mainoo would have been perfect in that substitution. You take out Mason Mount and bring in Kobbie. What you then have in the situation is that Bruno sits back a little bit more and allow Kobbie to run the show. You already moved into a move where you brought Matheus Cunha back, so it was a 3 midfield position at that point in time. You're flooding the midfield, so that makes sense. And so you leave up Benjamin Sesko and Brian Mbeumo. That makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is that you bring on Ugarte to control the game. That is not his game. That right there is not his game. Kobbie Mainoo has not seen the pitch for 2 games now. I understand. And I understand that he's a 20-year-old and he needs to have time to basically grow into the game. I'm not that kind of fan that wants you to play the youth until you run them into the ground. No, I'm not that kind of fan. But when you see someone's attribute, my guy, make the right decision. Joshua Zirkzee on the bench. You're trying to flood the midfield. Make the right decision. I don't understand. And last but not least, how are our players still scarred by Rasmus Højlund that they do not want to play with Benjamin Sesko? I still do not have that idea. The moment you see Harry Maguire come on the pitch, that's the time you start making crosses towards the back post. That's the time you start making crosses towards the striking position, towards the number 9. There's somebody taller than Harry Maguire in our team. And he came on before the 60th minute, 70th minute. We need to bring our strikers in the game. They cannot be having a graveyard shift every time they play for Manchester United. Ruben Amorim, I need you to figure this out, and figure this out quickly, because we need to start strong. This game right here was the first game that had counted as our 3 points. The next games that we are going to be playing is nothing short of troubling. And we need to start winning in order for us to give you more time. Start winning, Ruben. Start winning. And then let's go about the goalkeeper. It is not convincing whatsoever. That back post, anytime there's a set piece, it looks like we are about to lose the game. Anytime that there is a set piece, we look like we are about to lose the goddamn game. And what are we doing? Get San Lemens in here ASAP, because Altay has not proven that he is Manchester United's number 1. Andre Onana is a better goalkeeper. I will repeat it till thy kingdom come. Andre Onana is a better goalkeeper than Altay Ben. But Andre Onana has now also shown that he's Manchester United's number one. And that's what opens the door to San Lemens. So bring him in, find a way to find a midfielder, whether it's a Gume from Sevilla or I would have actually taken Paulinho from Bayern. We saw what he did against Manchester City. You're looking for an athletic midfielder. You're looking for a midfielder that's going to give you energy. That's somebody that can literally boss the midfield by himself. Paulinho was there. These little mistakes are costing us. These points that we are dropping are costing us, and we need to get better. We need to clean up our house. We need to make sure that we can absolutely kick on. We still have a little bit of more time. I think 1 week left in the transfer window. Do something. Do something, because there's fire that I am seeing on the mountain that I do not like. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment. Make sure you guys hit that button, hit the subscribe button, because we do it big here on Pillar, and you guys do not want to miss out. Oshamo. See you next.